Now we have a close-up of Israel's neighborhood. We've got Egypt to the south, Jordan to the east. There's a little bit of Saudi Arabia there just south of Jordan, but it doesn't touch Israel. It comes very close, but it doesn't touch Saudi Arabia. It doesn't touch Israel. And we have Syria to the northeast and Lebanon to the north. But thousands of years ago, this is what the immediate area around Israel looked like. You'll notice it says Kingdom of Israel and Kingdom of Judah. Do you see that, where Israel is divided up into two? Does everyone see that? Kingdom of Israel and Kingdom of Judah? Okay, so that is a split of the unified kingdom, which happens much later than what you're going to be learning about in Yehoshua. That happens in the book of Kings, in the book of Melachim. But let's deal with the countries that are surrounding Israel, because these definitely will come into play in the book of Shoftim. I'm sorry, I didn't mean Yehoshua. I meant that you're learning the book of Shoftim, the book of Judges. So to the west, to the southwest, we have the Philistine states, the Plishti cities. Does anyone know the name of any famous Plishti, any famous Philistine? You haven't learned about him yet in Navi class, but I think that many of you have heard of him. He was a really big guy. Goliath. Okay, correct. Goliath. Goliath came from the Philistines. There's Goliath in full battle armor, ready to do battle with David. That's his shield bearer to the right. And now we move on to the kingdom of Edom, to the south of Israel. It actually covers part of southern Israel and southern Jordan of today. Who was famous from Edom? There were two pretty famous people to come from Edom, one of whom we met in the Torah portion called Toledot, when he was really, really hungry after a long day at work. Who was that? He wanted some soup. Esav, correct. Esav. Esav is the first famous person to come from Edom. Actually, his nickname was Edom, Red Man, because as you can clearly see in this replica of Esav, who looks strangely like a Lego character, I've been told, he's got red all over him. So Esav comes from Edom. Another famous person, well, first we've got, here we go, Jacob and Esav, and Esav being very upset when his brother steals his blessing. But another famous person to come from Edom is Herod the Great. And you can see he ruled from the year 37 to 4 BCE, before the Common Era. So minus 37 to minus 4. What building in Jerusalem, or what structure in Jerusalem is King Herod most famous for building? Anyone know? From the time of the second temple, the second Beit HaMikdash. Anyone ever been to that big wall in Jerusalem with grass growing out of it? Right, the Western Wall, the Kotel. All right, King Herod built that. He built the Western Wall and the Southern Wall and the Eastern Wall and the Northern Wall, and he rebuilt the temple. He rebuilt the second temple, and that is one of the major construction projects that he is famous for. He also built the fortress on Masada, which, if you've been to Israel, most likely you've been to Masada.